YMCA is sending a big delegation to make the voice of the young people heard. To say young people have something to say about the climate injustice happening in this world. Our target is to collect 1 million signatures. We have a petition for people who say we want to change, we want something different, we want the world to be fair in the way we handle our earth, about sustainability. So they are going to do concerts. There are 7 of them planned all the way to Durban, and at each concert they are going to collect a petition, a name of people who want to pledge. We say we pledge for a sustainable environment, we pledge for a health for our future generation. Yesterday the first concert took place here in Nairobi, and they collect 10,000. One day 10,000 petition was high. And also we are putting online some petitions for people around the world to join us in this fight against climate injustice. Unfortunately, we have not yet a sustainable way of driving to Durban, but the way we want to compensate, our modest way to compensate is that throughout this caravan they are going to plant trees. Whenever they have a concert, they are going to mobilize people around this place and they are going to plant themselves. And also it's part of our tribute to Dr. Mwangari Maathai. We commit ourselves to plant trees all over the continent. So the caravan is going to plant trees all over so that we can compensate in our modest way to the carbon footprint they are going to put in place. Yeah. And prior to this meeting, there is a group of young people who cycled from Kakamega to Nairobi, more than 500 kilometers, and they were able to plant more than 2,000 trees all the way, and they were cycling. And yesterday, one of the leaders said, "Can you repeat the same things for the young people from Africa to cycle to Europe?" And we said, this is a great idea. We want to do that for the voice of young people using this creative way to tell people that we need climate justice. So those young people initiate this cycling from Kakamega to Nairobi. Now other people are going to build onto this, cycling from Africa to Europe to say, this is what you are doing to the environment. We want you to be more responsible. We want you to save our planet. That will be a message, but it's next step from this caravan. Our YMCA approach, we call it from subject to citizens. We want to build the young people to move from the state of being subject to become a citizen. And there are 3 pillars on our program. It's young people to have a voice, a credible voice, to have a space and the ability to influence. And for us, this caravan provides a good space for the young people to occupy. And you can see them, they are full of energy. Now, how are they going to develop a voice to say something to the world leaders? So when they go to Durban, if you are able to mobilize this 1 million petition, the young people are going to give to the official of the UN to say, this is the voice of young people in Africa, mobilizing people to say, we want a change. So we believe that through this mobilization of young people, through their voice, they are going to influence something on what is going on. And with social media, it's more than these 200 young people, it's thousands, millions of young people in the continent and around the globe who are going to say, we want a earth which is run in more sustainable manner. So that is the YMCA input to it, and this whole caravan is going to be built on these 3 pillars: voice, space, and ability to influence. We have a lot of programs across the continent. One of them is about civic action, young people to influence the way their country is run. Like now in Liberia, the young people through YMCA are involved in making sure that there is no more violence after this election. They are building some peace campaign, and before that there was a lot of voters education, how to vote, how you vote for people you trust, not because somebody gives you money, but because you trust that this leader can make a change in your country. That's one aspect of it, to hold these people in power accountable to the community and to the youth. That is about civic action. The second one is about economic part, building social enterprises across the continent. We know the young people, our generation, we have been trained to go and look for a job, to depend on somebody in civil services. But so we know it's no more sustainable. How can we make young people create their own job? How can we make them come together and to have sustainable living? That is the economic part of our program. And the third one is about masculinity, positive masculinity. Sometimes we call it transformative, because If you want Africa to change, the way we deal with the girls or the women need to change as well. And most of the program teach the young women how to resist. But the supplier of violence, the supplier of injustice are the men. So through our program, we are educating the young men to become partners to the young girl and to become transformed, to use the masculinity positively for change in the society. And the last one is about youth justice. We realize that through all those, there are still some young people who face to the situation with the justice. How do we handle it? How to train paralegals? How to make the distance between the law and the young people shorter so that they can deal with that. So these are the 4 key programs we have across the continent, and we reach about 5 million young people on the continent. And we also are present in more than 300 local communities across the continent, and this program is moving faster. Africa has the youngest population in the world. Generally, 70% of our population is less than 35 years old. So the critical mass of development, the critical mass of transformation lie on the hand of those young people. This is the next generation. It's not even next, this is our generation. But most of the time, when we make a decision, the young people are not there. We are making a decision on behalf of other people. So this is a time for our organization, our institution, church leaders, politicians, to wait, to say, wait a minute. If we want Africa to change, if we want something different to happen in Africa, we need to empower the young people. Our generation failed. We have been trained, we have been colonized, our mental was being shaped to depend on others. We cannot continue like that. We need to give to the young people the space they need and equip them with tools to be able to turn around. Because we as the YMCA, we believe that the renaissance of our continent is possible, but the only way we are going to change, the only way Africa needs to look different is to trust those guys who have the power and the energy to make things happen. So this is a call for our leaders to say, give chance to the young people. And I'm sure from our experience at the YMCA, we are not going to be disappointed.